Runk.
Hey, it is 470, episode 470 of Congratulations. So congratulations, you're here. We are, it's episode 470. And you know what, dude? My voice was fine, okay? It was absolutely fine. And then just in the middle of the day, it goes, no. So now it's just raspy. Okay, so number one, I'm sorry about the difference of my voice because it's a little more raspy. Number two, you're welcome for the sexiness, all right? Because everyone knows raspy voices are sexy, except on women. Well, no, sometimes on women if you get like I don't know if you're like a dominatrix and shit. But like Magic Mind, here, let's do this. Let's put Magic Mind in my body. And yeah, dude. Hello. I'm a world traveler. Hello, dude. I felt like James Bond, but only the funny version, Johnny English. Watched both Johnny Englishes last night. Watched Johnny English 1 and Johnny English Reborn. And if you think I won't watch Johnny English Reloaded or whatever it is that came out in 2018 tonight, you're dead wrong, dude. What's his name? Rowan Atkinson is so funny. And that's what's up. So I watched that on the plane. Dude, look, man, a lot of stuff. First, also, let me just say, last week, sorry, there was no episode. Because I was in Europe, dude. I was jet setting. Nothing beats a jet to a holiday. And I walked by jet to a holiday. It's real. I knew it was real, but it's like... I knew it was an actual thing, but I thought it was in the 90s. It's a real thing that you can do now, jet to holiday. So they must be enjoying some kind of, surge in business. I would think, even though it always has to do with a guy like pooping in his pants and stuff or vomiting on a squirrel. But I did, let's see, what did I do? I did a bunch of shows. I flew out with Kristen. I never do this, but I wrote some stuff down just because I thought it was going to be so long. Because I haven't recorded a podcast in 3 weeks, dude. But I went to, and I ranked the cities. London, I ranked the shows, just so you know where he went. Number 1, show, London. Number 2, Stockholm. Number 3, Copenhagen. Number 3, Gothenburg. Number 4, Amsterdam. Number 5, wait. Did I get it mixed up? Number 6, I missed a number in there. Number 6, Oslo. Number 7, absolutely Dublin. What's up, Ireland? Get it together. But yeah, so I took a what is this? Oh, that's what I took. Man, I can't find what the heck I was trying to do here, and now I'm pissed. Oh, okay, I got it. I took my wife to, first we went to Oslo, which, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I know nothing about Oslo. As a matter of fact, where is it, And then I go, oh, yeah. When I find out it's Norway, I go, oh, yeah, that's right. That makes sense. Oslo's in Norway. And then I'm going to do Denmark, and I'm going to do also Sweden. And then you find out where they are, and they're all kind of like, it's basically like New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. And there's like, maybe 1 million people in each. And they're all just like, yeah. And they all got art and shit. They got like museums that Kristen wanted to go to museums in Amsterdam. Amsterdam was crazy because I learned a lot about World War II, the Amsterdam version of it. Amsterdam was basically just, we kind of chilled in World War One. You best believe we're going to chill in World War Two. You know, you know that whole thing in World War One, how it came and went, and we just kind of were chilling. We're going to try to do that thing. We're going to try to do that thing again. And then Rotterdam exploded because Hitler goes, no. And then just destroyed Rotterdam. So then Amsterdam goes, oh, okay, well, we'll do whatever you say. Because don't be passive. Be passive once. Don't be passive twice. If someone is aggressive towards you, first of all, be aggressive towards them, or be passive maybe once, twice. No, that's the thing. You set an example, right? Amsterdam was basically like the battered. It had battered woman syndrome. Or no, it didn't. It had the opposite, right? Anyway, yeah, it had the opposite. It was a happy housewife, is what it was. Just fucking spending money and chilling. And then Ike Turner came along. Anyway, if it makes any sense, whatever. But so we were in Amsterdam, and Amsterdam is, let me just tell you, right? First of all, Amsterdam, Oslo's fine. It had like this cool coffee chain that I enjoyed. I didn't see one Starbucks in all of the cities except for London. Oh, and hey, have cold brew, man. How you not have cold brew? Okay, fine. And then it's like, I just want a regular coffee, and I can only get that in half the places. And then I was like, you go and you say coffee. They say, what? And you say, oh, just like a brew? And they say, Americano? And you're like, no. And they're like, flat white? And you're like, no. And then you just say, espresso, because that's the only thing they have that you know is going to be what it is. So I drank a lot of espresso. They got this espresso house over in fucking Europe. It's absolutely nice, dude. I was drinking hot espresso like I was fucking interesting, dude. Just drinking it in that little cup, just holding it. I don't even fucking do it with the pinky. I hold the pinky on the little fucking handle too, because, by the way, this isn't charging. But yeah, Oslo, the crowd was like so polite. I just wanted them to let loose. And they clapped so many times, but didn't laugh hard, which is hilarious. I do a bit and they go. And it was super weird. It's not charging. I has no idea. And then I went to Amsterdam. So here's the thing about Amsterdam, okay? 0 scooters. Only bicycles. And some small cars. But the bicycles are out of control, dude. I can't even tell you how many bicycles there were. I can't even fucking tell you. You got to look where you go. I almost got hit 9 times. I'm this stupid American. That's the one thing I didn't want to be when I was over there. Anywhere over there. I didn't want to be the stupid American, right? Because what they do, and it was fall, all right? And they were all bundled up like ready. And it wasn't that cold. So I'm walking around in a fucking shorts, t-shirt, and I got a fanny pack, dude. Because I needed to keep my passport. Because I lost my wallet twice, dude. I keep my passport in it. I keep my money. I keep my euros in it. And I don't care how I looked. But it wasn't cold. So they were all bundled up, and I was like, does it just happen like all of a sudden in Europe? Where it just gets cold immediately? And they go, oh, okay, so he said this is what it is. But it was fine the whole time. Except in Dublin where everything's ugly. But so I'm in Amsterdam, and dude, it's like you know what Amsterdam is? A place any woman would fucking love. And I'm not saying I don't love it. I loved it. But my God, when you go into the city of Amsterdam and you see this fucking canals and the bicycles and the fucking, tall, stringy, lanky dudes. They look like that guy from fucking Game of Thrones, right? The Lannister guys. How they're so stretched out, those motherfuckers. Zero fat people. And every other store or a house, apartment looks like a cathedral. And there's boats and canals. And it's just every woman goes there and just gets off the plane, goes to the city of Amsterdam, and absolutely creams. And I'm serious. High-pitched noise is like, I can't do it because of my voice, but Kristen was like, this is where I don't know, she was telling me some sort of art was made. You're like, this was where it's like ceramic, or no, the China ceramic, whatever. She's like, this is where they created it. And I was like, oh no, I have no idea what the hell that is. And she's like, well, we're going to go to a store for it. And we did. And then he realized every store is for it. Too many weed shops. And you know what they call weed shops? Coffee shops. Bro, I walked in a coffee shop and I said, hey, dude, do you have iced coffee? And the guy said, what? And I said, do you have anything iced? And he says, I have weed. And I said, huh? And he said, that is my product. And I said, okay, where's coffee? And he points across the street and there was a cafe across the street. You want coffee? You can go there. And I'm like, the fuck? This is called a coffee house, coffee shop. Well, that'd be like if you called a car lot oranges for sale. That'd be like if you called a fucking Pizza Hut, hey, we have hats. It's just not that. Pants Unlimited, you go in, only shirts. You guys got pants? What? Nah, we got shirts. You want pants, you got to go over there. That's a clothing store. The fuck are you talking about? You called it the fucking thing. So Amsterdam was beautiful and it was nice. And I found a gym there. Yeah, I did. They got this place called like Train More. Yeah, I went. Bro, it was like a fucking nightclub, dude. Everyone was fit. And I was in there too. And I had banged my fucking, how about this? I only hit my head once in Europe. And that's a place where you hit your head so much. I guarantee it. If you're an American, you go to a European country, you're supposed to hit your head at least twice, and I only hit it once. On a fucking huge sticking out sconce. And it hurt so bad, I fucking saw a white light. And I thought I was going to pass out. And I go, off. Oh! And Kristen didn't do anything, and I wanted her to be like, oh my God, are you okay? And I just got fucking more upset. But then it had a huge gap. It's still here a little bit. You can see it. And it looked like a zit, dude. Which I didn't even get the credit for getting a fucking bonk. I look like I'm on my period or some shit. Just a third eye. Fuck. So I got so much coffee, I found a fucking Stroop waffle place. Dude, the names of these fucking things in there. Yeah, you want to try a Stroop waffle? Huh? I did. I tried half a Stroop waffle. That was the only sweets I had the whole fucking time I was in Europe. He fucking did it. He revamped his whole fucking eating strategy. Dude, he shed weight. There were fucking no scales. And then he got home and he realized he lost 12 pounds of absolute fat. And dude, he ate so much protein, it was incredible. And I'm talking about me. Chicken, protein bars, different kinds of fucking protein bars from Norway, thinking, what is this? Having a delight. Because I guess this one's cinnamon. Had no fucking idea. Had nothing cinnamon on the package. I guess it said cinnamon on the package, but it's foreign. I had no idea. But okay, what a nice fucking surprise. Thanks, cinnamon. Anyway, Um, Kristen wanted to go to some World War II museum, and we went and had a fucking. That's the thing about the food over there in Europe, man. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I know I know Europeans would take offense to this, but Europeans don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to food. Bro, yeah, I said it. They'll just be like, 9 potatoes for dinner. Yeah. And you're like, what? 9 potatoes with tons of cheese. Tons of cheese and 9 potatoes. And something called like wet rice. And you're like, what is that? Ew. And it comes out and he's like, what the fuck is that? Wet rice. And then, but dude, I ate this Dutch meal that was fucking fantastic. So, every now and then you get a nice surprise. I went to a Dutch place and I go, can I have the chicken bowl? And she said, yeah. And I said, what is this place? She was like, what? I was like, what is this food? And she's like, it's Dutch food. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So they did it right. Obviously, Italy knows what the fuck. London, straight up beans in a tomato. It's so annoying. You go to breakfast for London and they're like, here's some paper, mate. Here's some paper and a pair of sunglasses. Enjoy. Fucking make eggs, you fucking assholes. Crack eggs. Oh, a big piece of toast and a fucking tomato? Hey, it's not even good for you. Dude, if you're going to have something that bland, at least have it be bad. At least have it, if you're going to have something that bad for you, at least have it be tasting mighty. So Amsterdam, we went to the red light district. Me and my wife, it was her idea. So don't get it fucking twisted. She's just like, I want to see. I go, you want to see? She's like, yeah. Went to the red light district. And let me tell you something about the red light district, okay? It's one of those things, for those of you who don't know what a red light district is, if you're Mormon or something. What it is hoes. And you can buy hoes for like, the average is 6 minutes, is what the average actually is. I looked it up. Now, I don't even really want to call them hoes because I have a thing where the only real hoe is someone who doesn't admit they're a hoe. That's my rule. If you're hoeing it up and you're like, look, I like sex. My pussy gets handled all the time by different men. Fuck you. You're not really a hoe. A hoe hides it to me. You know what I'm saying? To me. A hoe is like, no, I only slept with, 2 guys. And then you find out they slept with 30. That's a hoe to me. Okay? Now I get society says what it says. And, even though we're living in the years of empowerment of women, it's still looked down upon if you get a lot of, male partners. But, you go to Amsterdam where weed, every other place is a fucking weed place. And then there's a section for just, women where they stand in boxes and you walk by them and they wink at you and they go like this and they go like, unless you're like, I saw guys get turned down, dude. It's sad. Cause like, getting turned down by a hooker. See ya. Oh, what was that? No? Oh, I got to go eliminate myself. That's crazy. I assume it's weirdness, though. It's not looks, right? Like, you could probably be pretty ugly. But so I'm walking to these, I'm with my wife, and I'm holding her, too, because I don't want anybody to get it twisted. Because people do recognize me over in Europe. Not as many in America, but last thing I want is like, oh, Chris is at the red light district. So I'm with my wife, and she's like, can't make eye contact with them. And I'm like, you got to make eye contact with them. She's like, nah, it makes me feel so weird. I feel like I shouldn't even be here. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you're not experiencing it. It's not like we have to go in and fuck them, but you have to go look in their eyes and see the excitement and pain for both of us, for them and you, for them because they do this, and for you because this is what the world's come to. So I'm not going to lie, dude. It's one of those places that I didn't think, even though I knew it was real, I felt like there was some part of it that when I got there, they were going to be like, psych, it's only hand jobs. Psych, it's plump women and you only get hand jobs, which is pretty much what the States is, right? You can go into a strip club, find a plump one, and just get yanked off. You can, dude. There. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You want to go to a strip club in the States, especially deep in the valley. You want to find a plump one and get yanked off. You can. Spoiler alert. Okay? So, so I thought when you got to Amsterdam, there was a part of me, even though I knew it wasn't going to happen, there was a part of me be like, psych, sit down, here's a plump chick, you're getting yanked. They just do eye contact, the hot ones. But no, I got there and I saw and let me tell you something, dude. They're really, when people are like, yeah, they're hot too, I go, yeah, all right, dude. What kind of women do you think are hot though, you know? Obviously some guys, you talk to a fat guy and he's like, oh yeah, she's hot. You go, I have to see. You know what I'm saying? But I go and first of all, I don't know, there's like 600 ladies working a night or something. And a lot of them were very hot. And I go,
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
And I'm like, if I was 25, fuck it. If I was 34 and single, fuck it, even with someone, I would have destroyed myself. I would have absolutely contracted syphilis, HIV. Well, I guess they're safe. I don't know, but throw that dog outside. Put it outside. Put the dog outside. He's insane. Just put him outside. We have a nice backyard. Don't think I'm abusing him. Like the guy, what's his name, who fucking had a shock collar on his dog or something. Hassan, you know. Whatever. I'm honestly all for shock collars because you don't need to have one. You gonna bark? All right. You don't play the fucking hardball. You don't play hardball? Let's go. I don't want to put the bark collar on you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. It doesn't look good, dude. It looks like you're fucking, you know what I mean? Carrying change in it. Like it looks like you got a roll of quarters under your fucking. I don't want to do it. But anyway, so we're at the red light district. And I had Kristen, I was like, you gotta look at them, dude. And she looked at them and they were like, and one of them goes like this, both of you come in. And I was like, oh my God, dude, that is crazy.
What the hell?
Dude, that is let me tell you something. There's no fucking way in hell I would do that. No matter how it would be, no matter how it would feel, and no matter how the splurt might rocket, I would never. If you're going to do a threesome, you got to do it with women you don't really know. You can't do it with one you know really well and then one you don't, dude. You know why?
File's done.
You're fucked, dude. Wait a minute. You know how if the hold on, wait a minute, doesn't come in the middle of being horizontal? Oh, it's coming. A week later, a month later, 5 years later. Well, wait a minute. That's not how it was when we were at the thing and we met that lady and I agreed to take it. Oh, dude, you need to know too. And this is coming from a guy who's had the cat's out of the bag. He's had threesomes. You gotta know him equally or a little bit skewed, but you can't, dude. Are you crazy?
Stop the cap.
Absolutely not. You're in for a world of shit, man. If you're like, yeah, sweetie, I love you, and I've loved you for years. You fancy that hoe? Let's do it. Previously on your marriage. Dude, there's no way. So I did, so we don't. We never would. She would never. But, you know, as a guy, you go, this is crazy Disneyland. You go, this is crazy Disneyland. Because then you go into a bar and somebody's just like, what do you want? And then somebody gets a drink and then some fucking lady comes up to me and she's like, wow, hey guys, I was sitting there with Kristen and she comes in and she's like, wow, hey guys, wow, you're beautiful to Kristen. And I was like, oh yeah. And she's so drunk that she's like, it's like she's fucking like trying to get my attention in choir. Like she's just standing next to me and just and just so drunk. And she's like, you're beautiful, you're a lucky man. And I'm like, I'm very lucky, thank you very much. Well, you're beautiful. Do you know where the bathroom is? I'm just like, no. But I'll put money on it's in the back. You know? If I was a waiter, God, let me tell you something. If I was a server or a waiter or whatever the fuck, maitre d', you know, and someone asked me where the fucking bathroom was, that would be my shit. That would be my falling down moment. Where I'd be like, did you look? Guess. What do you think? It's outside in the front? What do you think? It's next to where you parked? Hey, look at me. Where do you think it is? Oh, yeah, the back, yeah. Down that hallway, that's the only hallway. Yeah. Next to the kitchen right there, when you walk over and you take a right? Yeah. That's me. Ah, you got it. And then I would just leave, get a short sleeve shirt, a fucking tie, some glasses, and just start and shoot motherfuckers like Michael Douglas. No, I don't want that burger. I want that burger. That's me. Movie's amazing. Was talking about this with my buddy the other day. Michael Douglas. Hey, if you ever think you're getting another movie star like Michael Douglas, kiss my ass, bro. Oh, what could he do? Okay. Well, let's just go down the list. Drama. Yeah. Comedy. Yeah. Leading man, sexy type shit. Yeah. Thrillers. Yeah. I mean, God damn it. They could make a documentary about fucking Michael Douglas. And you'd be like, that guy. You know, now we got guys that are not bad. Like, I really like a lot of the actors out there. You know, Ryan Gosling is good. Wow, I remembered his name for the fucking first time ever. I remembered his name. Sam Rockwell. Fuck yeah, dude, he's getting better. So Michael Douglas just did it all. Comedy. He could be in a fucking, you know, like a telenovela, honestly. And he would just step right into character in a Mexican movie made in Mexico and where he had to wear like where there was a shootout in the fucking early 1900s, and he had a sombrero, and he'd get shot. He'd step right in, and he'd get shot, and he'd go, "Aye!" Like he'd know exactly what to do. Those motherfuckers always get shot backwards. Aye! That's you. Why did Mexicans think that back then? Anyway, did you put him outside? Oh, I got 4 dogs, dude. And so, anyway, I was talking about Michael Douglas, but what was I talking about for real, though? What was I talking about? Fuck. I need a stenographer. No, I wasn't done with Amsterdam, but I was talking about Michael Douglas, a falling down moment. What was the falling down moment I was talking about? Oh, the waiter. And then what got me to the waiter? God, I was deep in the fucking beans. Jesus Christ. The bathroom in the back, yeah, but before that, I was talking about something. I fucking went deep in the beans. Kristen and the woman. Kristen was like, yes, fuck yeah, dude. He helped. Stenographer over here, fucking one higher. So she's like, what? You're beautiful. Where's the bathroom? And I was like, I don't know. And she kept on doing that and standing it. And I looked at her and I said, are you a ghost? And Kristen laughed and she said, am I a ghost? No. Do I look a ghost? That's what she said. Do I look a ghost? And the whole trip we were saying, do I look a ghost? Shit. Yeah, dude. We'll remember that, you know? We'll remember that. I'll forget the World War II museum, but we'll remember that. Then we went to go, you know, Kristen will just be like, we got to go to the Anne Frank house. And I'm like, all right. And she's like, and then I find out, first of all, you can't get tickets. Second of all, there's no furniture in there. And third of all, you don't even get to go in the attic. So basically, you're apartment shopping. You're basically looking for a condo. Hey, I want to see the attic. Obviously, I understand why we can't, because we can't have nice things. If you go up in the attic, it's only going to be, a few months until some dirty American jerks off in the corner or something, or some, German, comes up and just takes a dump. I mean, whatever. But I'm saying, so we go to the Anne Frank house and we look at it. That's all we're doing. We're looking at it, and it's wild, dude. I mean, she was 15 years old when she died. She died in the concentration camp from typhoid fever. It's really wild. God, looking at that museum, was it the Anne Frank Museum? I don't remember what museum it was. It was off the beaten path a little bit, but we went and to see pictures of people, and they'd be like, this was a Jew hunter. He would go in and like trick the Jews on like how they would escape, but he would end up killing them. And he ended up killing like 6,000 of them this way. And you're just like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I know there's a comedy podcast, but Jesus Christ, dude. When we landed in Frankfurt, the connecting flight. We flew to Frankfurt, and then you have like a 2-hour flight from Frankfurt, like an hour and a half, to Oslo. And they check you in. You know what? I got to Google this. Is Frankfurt Airport the biggest airport in the world? I just go, it has to be. No, it says. No, Frankfurt Airport is not the biggest airport in the world, but is the largest airport in Germany and one of the busiest in Europe. Okay, largest in Germany is nothing. Germany has like fucking 95 people in it. So then It is also one of the busiest international airports in the world. Okay, cool. However, the King Fahd International Airport are larger by land and area. That's hard to believe. Atlanta's bigger? Wow, that's hard to believe too. I know Atlanta's the biggest in America. But my God, dude, you go to the Frankfurt airport and it's like another Germany inside Germany. And you go and you check in and then you have to fucking take a bus and then like a fucking canoe to get to the flight. It's unbelievable. And if you have a problem, forget it. Yes, I understand what you're saying. But we cannot help you with something like that, as I said. What? What happened to customers? What happened to customer service? There isn't any. We don't have it. Move, go. Ow. Shocking you. Get in there. Your seat 7B. Ow. My shit says business class. I don't care. Sit. Ow. And so we connected and then got to fucking we went to Oslo and then Amsterdam. And then after Amsterdam, Kristen, I hit my head so fucking hard on that goddamn sconce. Fuck sconces, bro. Let me just tell you something right now. Fuck sconces. And you might be thinking, what's a sconce? And I'll tell you, okay? My mom loves sconces, dude. And women, they go nuts over sconces. Sconces in Amsterdam, you're getting laid. You understand? If you want to you go on a first date in Amsterdam, bring her to a place. Nah, you take a lady to Amsterdam and you bring her to a place with sconces, seal the deal. It's fucking baby making time. Turn on some fucking Big Mike. Let's go. I'm just a player. Player. I'm just a player. Yeah. Hell yeah, bitch. You like them sconces? All the way to Amsterdam with them sconces, huh? I'm just a player. Hell yeah, turn on that Big Mike from the Ghetto Boys. So, dude, what if there was somebody that listened to this podcast that knew about every reference I made? They would think it was fucking awesome, but they don't. But nobody does, and it's just me losing my mind instead of that. So sconces in Amsterdam, forget it. Oh, shit, my head was bleeding. Fucking bleeding, dude. Anyway, we go, she leaves. Now I got Gothenburg. Now I go to Gothenburg, and Gothenburg is simply a sad place. Now, I don't mean that. No, I don't. It wasn't a sad place. I was sad in Gothenburg, and I think it's because my wife left, and then I was utterly alone. 7,000 miles away from my family. You know? Like, just on sabbatical. Hey, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm now a Mormon missionary. I'll be gone for 3 weeks, 7,000 miles away. So I go to Gothenburg. They think they're hot shit with the pastries and all that stuff, and that's fine. All right? That is fine. I went to a gym in Gothenburg because, I fucking like to keep my back nice. I went to the gym at 2:50 on a Saturday. This is shit about European shit. You never know what you're going to get. You never know. In America, you kind of know. You kind of know. But if you go to Italy and you're like, let's have lunch. Sometimes you go to a place and they'll just be like, oh, we actually closed. And you're like, why? They say, because because it's a holiday now. From 2 to 3, it's holiday. And you're like, what fucking holiday is it from 2 to 3? It's our off day. So I go to the gym at 2:50, and they're like, I say, you got day passes? And they go, this is how fucking weird Europe is. You got day passes? They say, yeah, we do. I say, oh, cool. Oh, no. Do you have day passes? Now we have a week pass. I say, oh, good. I'm going to be here tomorrow too. And they say, oh, okay. I say, can I get a day pass? They say, can I get a week pass? They say, not till tomorrow. And I said, huh? And they said, we close at 3 on a fucking Saturday. A gym? Nah, but your Danishes are nice. Okay. You know, Gothenburg show was probably the first good show. Amsterdam I did 3 shows in Amsterdam, and it was just like, give it up. I'm like, give it up, dude. Gothenburg was great. And then Copenhagen was great. And then Stockholm was monster. And then London. Oh, bro. London just goes. I mean,
sensational.
London was it. Bro, they were so fucking excited. I fucking rinsed them too. Like they say, oh, is he rinsing me? You're proper rinsing me. He's proper rinsing people from London, right? He's proper rinsing about the fade here, about how they have no hair right here. Isn't it right? Because they have no hair right here, and they fade it up and fade it down in a tracksuit. What the fuck are they doing? Bloody hell, they're rinsing. He's rinsing us. And I did, dude. And they loved it. And it was so fun. But let's go back to Copenhagen. By the way, I got shows coming up in Texas. Go check it out, chrisdelia.com. I do have shows coming up in Texas. And then I have shows coming up in a bunch of different places. Syracuse, Buffalo, New York, Hamilton, Ontario, Chicago, Illinois, Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Daytona Beach, Florida. I mean, the guy just keeps going. That's me. San Antonio, New Year's Eve. Go to Chris D'Elia, check it out. I go to Copenhagen and I go like this. All right. I land and I go, all right. Copenhagen kind of looks like my city. Looks like a city for me, all right. Get in touch with, I got to say, one of my favorite living directors, Christian Taftrip. Now, you've heard me talk about him here if you're a real listener of the podcast. He made a movie that I think is a masterpiece called Speak No Evil, the Dutch version, not the American version with the guy from Split. That one, the ending is not good. And the whole reason why the movie is good in the Dutch movie, not the whole reason, but one of the major reasons is because the way it ends is heartbreaking. If you haven't seen Speak No Evil, the Dutch version, 2022, it was made in Denmark, Denmark in Copenhagen. And I go, this is amazing. I talked about it on my podcast, how amazing it was. Hats off to Christian Taftrip. Then his friend, who was like a podcaster in Denmark, told him about it. And then Christian Taftrip reached out to me and was like, thanks for saying all those nice things. And I go, no, bro, such an amazing movie, whatever. So I hit him up before I went. I'm like, yo, I'm going to be, where do you live? And he said, Copenhagen. I go, I'm coming. And he says, let me know if you want to get a coffee or a beer or something. And I go, dude, I would be, do you understand? I would be delighted. I would be delighted. You know why? Because I wanted to thank him for making the movie face to face. Because it's just, and he made another movie called The Horrible Woman. You got to see some of this guy's stuff. I haven't seen all of it. I have to go more. I have to see more of it. So, they say don't meet your heroes. Not that he's my hero. I mean, what's a hero? He's very good at what he does. I really look up to him. He's talented. And I met him, and it was just great, dude. It was awesome. And then he came to watch my show, and I was like, this is so cool that somebody I respect so much is going to watch my show. And then afterwards, we hung out with him and his friend, who is a very cool guy too. He's a podcaster over in Denmark. What the hell's his name? Frederick. But they were great guys, and it was just so fucking cool. It was such a cool experience for me, man. You know? And I just go, thank you for making the movies you make. Because they like, you know, every now and then you see, like, people come up to me sometimes, you know, and they say, dude, they say, you get me. They say this to me. They say, you get me, you get my humor. And sometimes I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a piece of shit. And now I'm on the other end. I'm saying it to him. I'm like, dude, you're on the level. I watch your movie. Man, my voice is going. But I watch your movie and I go, this guy understands a certain wavelength that I feel I understand, that you can connect into. Now, I'm not saying I can go and make a movie like this guy. This is his thing. But there's a wavelength where it speaks to me, and I feel like it speaks to me. And when people tell me this, sometimes I don't believe them. And I think it's because I get insecure myself. But now I'm realizing that I'm doing this. I'm saying this to him. And I just wanted to let you know, for whatever it's worth, like, thank you for making the movies you make. They're fucking amazing, dude. And just, I'm so grateful. And I'm so happy I got to say that to him, dude. I really am. You got to go see this movie. Anyway, I said it was a masterpiece, and it was so great, and it's such a good movie. It's the only movie that is so good, and I also never want to see it again with how horrific it is. But I did. And then I watched Horrible Woman twice. I mean, the movie's called A Horrible Woman. And it's about a fucking manipulative woman. And it came out like right before Louis C.K. got Me Too'd. And he was just like, yeah, it was really hard to sell. I was like, oh, you fucking think? But it's so good. And there are horrible women. Now, are all women horrible? No. But that's what women will say. They'll say that. They'll be like, how could you make that movie about a horrible woman? How, like, women are all horrible? No. That's like saying, some Asians can't drive. I'm not saying all of them. I mean, you make a movie called Asians Can't Drive. That's pretty fucked up. Now, granted, they did make a movie called White Men Can't Jump, and some can't. Black people have better fast twitch fibers in their muscles. Okay. That's how they get Kirby Puckett. And we got to sit on the fucking shelf with Kevin Elster. That's how they get it. Of course, we got Mark McGuire. But, you know, steroids. Kirby Puckett? No. No. Joe Carter? No. Fred McGriff? No. Tony Gwynn? No. Oil Can Boyd? No. Isaac Smith? Light skinned. Counts. No. He did a backflip before every game. No. You don't see fucking Ken Knobloch doing that shit, running out to the plate. No. Fuck you, you know? Chuck Knobloch, whoops. Fuck yeah, dude. I would have kicked myself later if I heard me say Ken Knobloch. Stupid. You know what? Ken Knobloch is, it's actually more of a baseball name, to be honest, but it's Chuck Knobloch, so okay. Yeah, but I went to, Amsterdam, I went to Copenhagen, and I fucking had that. And that was great. And that show ripped. I get up there, I go, Europe. I go like this, Amsterdam, Oslo, okay. And it wasn't bad. Just don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad. The Oslo show, even though it was second worst, it wasn't bad. And even the Dublin show wasn't bad because I've been doing this for a long time. There were hecklers and they were very Irish about it, you know. That's the one thing about cultures. It's like, you know, some cultures get a rap for doing things that they do. And then you say it and then they get mad. And you're like, yeah, but you keep doing it. Like if I was Irish, and I don't mean shades of Irish, you know? I don't mean fucking, you know, who's Irish? I'm not even talking, like, I'm talking about Heidi-do-di-dum-di-day fucking kind of Irish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like order bacon and can't wait for that fucking piece of meat flap to come out and not real bacon. You know, I'm talking about Irish. Like just pale-skinned, freckles, red fucking hair, brown clothes with like a green V-neck on brown pants, boots. You know, just standing outside of a fucking pub with that jerky lettering. All their fucking font is the same. It's like, dude, come off it, dude. Really? Is it a V or a U, dude? Make the V's look more like V's and make the U's what the fucking V's are. And you know, and they get the nerve to have a fucking U in Dublin. It's like, where are we going? So, you know, if I was Irish, the kind of Irish that was Heidi-do-di-dum-di-day, like under a tree Irish, right? You know, like my favorite movie was Far and Away, right? And it speaks to you. Like that's the kind of shit I said about the movie Far and Away, right? And I'm genuinely mad that Tom Cruise played the lead of it because he's not actually Irish. Like I'm talking about that. I don't wish to fight you. That kind of like I've actually tried. Like I've gotten in many bar fights and fights in parks and stuff, but totally drunk every time. And also did the thing that Tom Cruise did in Far and Away where he says, I don't wish to fight you, and then spits in his face, and then when the guy goes to wipe it, you punch him, and that's kind of your move, right? But you're still pissed off a real Irish, like Liam Neeson should have played, right? Whatever. If I'm that kind of Irish. And I go, I go to a comedy show. I think, all right, even if I'm that, I go, to an American, I go, let's show them we're not all like this. And there were 6 of them that just, I got heckles. One of them was just like, I'm Batman from the back. And I'm like, what? Like, that's what he said. Like, just so drunk. Here's Robin, pointed to his friend. And then one guy, for no reason, says, and you might have to bleep this out for censorship, I don't know, but for zero reason just says, in the middle of my show. And I said, bro, we're not even talking about that. I go, what are you, a Nazi? And he goes, yeah, fuck it. I'm like, dude, hey, this sucks. You know, And it was so funny because afterwards at the meet and greet, every nice Irish, well put together Irish person was like, please don't judge us from that. Please come back. It was awful. We know, and I was just like, those people were so sweet. But damn, I don't know. I also didn't sell as many tickets in Ireland as I did. Like everyone's like, go to Ireland. It's it's amazing for stand up. Go to Dublin. I fucking go. It was the worst fucking I sold. That threw me for a loop. Anyway, so that's after Copenhagen, I went to Stockholm. And at that point, I'll tell you, man, I was so tired. And I had 2 shows that night. And I go, let's do this. And it ripped. They ripped. I got some footage of it. I'll show you. I did some crowd work, so I'll put it up on my YouTube channel. So subscribe. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. My other channel, my Chris D'Elia channel. I subscribe to this too, But I went to Stockholm and then London, dude. I fucking love London. It's a little annoying because everybody's British, Like to hear their accents one after another is like so ridiculous. Like, guys, can we fucking shake it up? Like you walk in, you land and somebody's just like, all right, you're going to want to come over here and line up around here. And then you fucking move a little past that. And they're like, you need a taxi, mate. And you're just like, no. And then you get in you get in the taxi. And you're like, where are we going? And some old guy and you're like, this is where the parliament was fucking. And you're just like, dude, can you fucking relax? Just one after another. You check in. How's it going? Even fucking non-white people. Oh, no, how's it going? You're like, well, this accent is just for everybody? Kids and shit? Just being like, oh, mommy, can I get some candy? Oh, give me a fucking break. In America, at least you see different people, different colors. They sound different. In London, it's just like, no, we're all going to talk like this, and you're going to have to deal with it, mate. One after another. One accent after another. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio. So I did the London show, walked to my London show from my hotel, across the bridge, across Big Ben. And now you look at Big Ben, and you will, first of all, when was Big Ben built? Here we go. 1843. Now I'm sitting there, I'm standing at this Big Ben fucking clock. Okay? And it's massive. And you just go. And you go, 1843? And then I gotta believe that we're not in a simulation? Motherfuckers were just up there putting what? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. And don't even get me started on television. How did that happen? Okay, yeah, the wires and the airwaves. Right. Okay. Sure. Okay. Great. I'm not going to argue about it. But great. Like the London Eye, which is kind of, it's a big thing that you can sit in. I did it last time I went with my wife to London. That was made in 1998. Okay, I'll buy that. All right? I'll buy that. How much is that? Okay? I'd like one. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll buy it. Big Ben in 1843 when people were like dying of a toothache? Oh, okay. No, thank you. I'll wait for the other version to come out. That's insane. 164 years ago. Everyone who fucking had any thing to do with building it is just right now. Insane. So, I walked there to the show and did the show, and it was great. They were great. And even on stage, I said something. I was a little pompous. I maybe shouldn't have said it, but I don't really care. But I said, oh, they say London audiences are tough. They must just, whoever says it just must be bad. They laughed. But then I did a meet and greet, and some guy was like, hey, I know you walked here. And I was like, oh, yeah? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And he said, don't do that, mate. I was like, what? He was like, it's really dangerous out there. And I was like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. He was like, nah, it really is, mate. And I said, you're not fucking with me? He said, no, it's really dangerous, mate. And I was like, oh, shit. Should I not walk back? And he said, no, you really shouldn't walk back. And I was like, okay, I'll get a cab. And then he left. And then I asked like 9 people after that, hey, is it dangerous right out there if I walk back to my hotel room? And they were like, now what the fuck are you on, mate? So I walked back, dude. Because there ain't no bit. That's how I got killed, right outside of Big Ben. Just fucking leaking. There's a bridge there from there's so many bridges in Europe because there's so much water. And it's like, why'd you build the place here? It's going to sink. Fucking Amsterdam has sideways buildings. Like the Leaning Tower of Pizza ain't got shit on some of these houses. Some of these houses, the people are fucking in them like Michael Jackson in Smooth Criminal. Just fucking leaning forward. Dude, I swear to God, these houses are... And you go, well, that's what happens when you build on water. In fucking 1500 or whatever the hell they did. I don't know. But so I walked back over the bridge to get back to my hotel. It's amazing. If you see a fucking bridge in London, I'll be damned if there's not a guy selling some kind of fucking peanuts on it. And it is unbelievable that happens. What the fuck? Who wants peanuts? First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Who wants peanuts? That's the end of the sentence, because that's unbelievable. If you want peanuts, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying peanut butter. I'm not saying a payday. I'm just like, a handful of peanuts is crazy. It's what are you, a fucking librarian? Like, do you even exist? It's crazy. Okay. Like, there's cashews. There's almonds. You're just sitting there like a fucking elephant. You got to crack them open. Like, fuck off. Anyway, I'm eating so many, you cross a bridge. It's like London people are like, it's deep part of London law that if you're over a body of water, you absolutely want peanuts. So that's what I always tell them on bridges. And nobody's fucking buying them. Whatever, it is what it is. I ate a stroopwafel. I told you that. Hey, shut up, dog. My dogs. I thought Sam was outside. No, you got to put Sam outside. He's the worst barker. Yeah, but Sam's the worst barker. He'll just never stop till he dies. He'll never stop till he dies. That's crazy. Doesn't it get tiring for a dog to fucking bark over and over and over again? Because of sounds, dude. Sounds happen all the time. And dogs are just like, "Arr, arr, arr." That one. Do it or don't. Anyway. I'd say, oh, did you find that I just crumpled a video? Get the fuck. No. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is just gorgeous. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm seeing the thumbnail and I'm just thinking about how gorgeous it is. This is just phenomenally nostalgic and gorgeous. Fuck. I'm going to click it for you guys and for me. Crumpled them. So hold on, here we go. Wait. Oh, it went.
Yes, this is why I switched.
God damn it. Always with this shit. I play this. I mean, it's called I Just Crumpled Them on YouTube, you know? Here we go. I don't know.
There was a young man in Calgary.
This guy, first of all, this guy, and I'm telling you right now, he eats with this, okay? By no means am I saying he didn't eat. By no means does this guy not sit at a fucking Italian dinner. Like secondi, you know what I mean? Pesche, just fucking dolce. He's just, the guy is just, it's just smorgasbord, right? I haven't seen someone eat this well. And then Ohtani had 3 homers and fucking gave up 0 hits, right? So it's Ohtani and this guy sitting down at dinner, 25 years apart, just fucking eating secondi and not even close to full yet. You understand? The pizza too and the pasta, just fucking gluttons, right? Okay. Here we go.
Was Ben.
Okay, let me this motherfucker eats. This dude's in the pantry just looking around and just shit all over him. Here we go.
There was a young man in Calgary. His name was Ben.
When you start a story like that, you know. First of all, this guy's said this story 1,000,000 times. Let him eat.
And I was running a youth group. I was there for a few years.
Oh, just fucking milking it. And I was running I was going a few years.
And he was a nice kid, but he was one of those kids that was always he's a real smart aleck. Was a bright kid.
Yeah.
Which didn't help.
You got to do that if you're religious. If you're a pastor, you can't just say something negative about somebody. You have to also be like, and he's got a big dick. He's terrible at math, but he's also got balls of steel. Literally, he sits on his balls and bounces on them like in that fucking movie Mannequin. Like in that movie Mannequin when fucking Jennifer Connelly is bouncing on that thing after hours.
Things, right? Made him more dangerous. And we were outside one day, youth group, and he was just trying to push my buttons, and he was just, kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I walked over to him, and I went, bam! I punched him.
Oh, dude. Abuse.
And I walked over to him, and I went, bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid.
Here we go.
I just crumpled him. And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God?
Oh, dude. And I crumpled him.
I led that man to the Lord right there.
Oh.
There's times that might be needed.
I mean, never would be needed. See, a testicle. I led that man to dude, this is honestly, people should be arrested for just YouTube videos. At this point. I mean it. Like, there should be a statute of limitations, except for if it's on YouTube and you can keep watching it. The guy's got to be in jail. Like, the guy just admitted to fucking child abuse. Exhibit A, Casper the Friendly Toast uploaded this. We don't know when, but it's got 5.5 million views. I guess this was 10 years ago.
There was a young man in Calgary. His name was Ben. And I was running a youth group. I was there for a few years. And he was a nice kid, but he was one of those kids that was always he's a real smart aleck. Was a bright kid.
Yep.
Which didn't help things, right? Made him more dangerous.
I mean,
we were outside
he was 8,
one day.
Made him more dangerous. What?
Youth group. And he was just trying to push my buttons.
I wonder what it was that the kid did, though. You know, push my buttons is crazy. Like I watched that documentary about The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix. Did you see that? It's #1 right now. Did you see it or no? This lady, holy Christ. I mean, this lady, talk about somebody who needs to be crumpled. She was just mad at kids being kids in a lot across from her because they were too loud. And just always calling the cops, just wasting resources, and the cops would show up. And the cops would show up, and then finally, she, I guess, allegedly took one of the kids' iPads, and one of the moms went over to her house, and the lady shot her and killed her, and was like, "No, I thought I was in fear for my life." Like, dude, no, you weren't. Why did I bring that up? I have no idea.
Kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I walked over to him and I went, bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God?
8.
I led that man to the Lord right there. There's times that might be needed.
8. Fucking cooked and ate the whole meal by himself. God stood up, didn't matter, ate the whole thing. Isn't it weird how everyone who's religious just adapts it to how they think it should be? You know? Like, you can't just punch a kid. Hey, you didn't lead him to the Lord. Hey, you hurt him. Hey, you injured him. I mean, one of the comments is, he who believes in me will live, the rest shall be crumpled. It's great. I don't know. I guess we're done, dude. I guess we're done. I love you guys. But go to Chrisley.com, get a ticket. I'm gonna be there where you are. Daytona Beach. Let's go. Midland, Texas. Chrisley.com. Thanks.